And this leaves us with Othello in soliloquy. Remember, the soliloquy is his deepest thoughts. That's always the truth of the character.
This fellow is of exceeding honesty and knows all qualities with a learned spirit of human dealings. If I do prove her haggard, though that her jesses were my dear heartstrings, I'd whistle her off and let her down the wind to prey at fortune. Happily, for I am black and have not those soft parts of conversation that chamberers have, or for I am declined into the vale of years. Yet that's not much. She's gone. I am abused, and my relief must be to loathe her. Oh, curse of marriage that we can call these delicate creatures ours and not their appetites. I had rather be a toad and live upon the vapor of a dungeon than keep a corner in the thing I love for others' uses. Yet 'tis the plague of great ones, prerogative that they less than the base, 'tis destiny unshunable like death. Even then, this forked plague is fated to us when we do quicken.
And before Desdemona and Amelia come in, he says, this honest Iago who just left, he knows human dealings very well. Which is true, he does. He knows them better than you. He knows how people get along. He knows people's interactions a lot better. That's why he's playing you like a guitar. So, he says, if she is wild, if she's bad, I would get rid of her in a minute. No problem. She'd just be gone. I wouldn't hesitate at all. He says, maybe she doesn't really care for me. He says, maybe it's because I'm a foreigner, I'm black, and I'm not sort of as cultured as these people. Maybe it's because I've got many years, I'm an old man. But if she was this way, she'd be gone. I would have been abused, and my relief would be to loathe her. That'd be it. I would just hate her. She'd be gone. That'd be the end of it. Now, this is a curse of marriage that we can like these delicate creatures, but we can't control them. He says, I'd rather be a toad than allow someone to have a little bit of my wife. This is horrible. And this is when the two women come in. And he says one last thing before he starts talking with her. He says, oh, she's so beautiful. If she's a liar, then heaven is a liar because it made this beautiful thing and it turned it into a liar. Heaven mocks itself.
Look where she comes. If she be false, oh, then heaven mocks itself. I'll not believe it.
How now, my dear Othello? Your dinner and the generous islanders by you invited do attend your presence.
I am to blame.
Why do you speak so faintly? Are you not well?
I have a pain upon my forehead, here.
Oh, faith, that's with watching. 'Twill away again. Let me but bind it hard. Within this hour it will be well.
Your napkin is too little. Let it alone. Come, I'll go in with you.
I'm very sorry that you are not well.
Now, this is an important little set of instructions that are going on. He says, I have a headache. She says, I'll wrap it up. I'll bind it hard. I'll wrap your head in this thing, and it'll make your headache go away, like the pressure. However, what she takes out, her napkin to bind his head with, is too small. So it's like a little handkerchief rather than like a big bandana-sized handkerchief. This handkerchief is important. And he, when she tries to bind it around his head, he says, that's too small. Just let it be. And he pushes it away. And when he pushes her hand away, she drops it. And she's like not thinking to look down and pick it up. She's thinking of her husband. So he says, just forget it. Come, let's go. And Desdemona says, okay. And they walk out. And that's when Amelia sees the handkerchief. and she picks it up. Now, it doesn't seem like much yet, but it'll become much later.
I'm glad I found this napkin. This was her first remembrance from the moor. My wayward husband hath 100 times wooed me to steal it, but she so loves the token, for he conjured her she should ever keep it, that she reserves it evermore about her to kiss and talk to. I'll have the work ta'en out and give it Iago. What he will do with it, heaven knows, not I. I nothing, but to please his fantasy.
So this handkerchief, Iago has seen it before and he likes it, and he said, "Why don't you rip off that handkerchief? I want to have that. Who knows what he wants with it?" She says, "I don't know what he wants with it, but here it is in my hand. So what I'll do is this," an important concept that we don't say anymore, but my mom used to say this. You have work taken out. To have work taken out means to have something copied. So this handkerchief has the strawberries on it, and it's a decorated, embroidered handkerchief. And she says, "My husband wants this handkerchief. Now that I have it, I'll go get someone to copy it, and I'll give him that, and he'll have it. I don't know what he wants it for." But then she doesn't say it, but then she'll give this handkerchief back to the woman that she's attending, obviously. And in walks Iago.
Ah, now? What do you here alone?
Do not you chide. I have a thing for you.
A thing for me? It is a common thing.
Huh?
To have a foolish wife.
Oh, is that all? What will you give me now for that same handkerchief?
What handkerchief?
What handkerchief? Why, that the Moor first gave to Desdemona, that which so often you did bid me steal.
I've stolen it from her.
No, faith, she let it drop by negligence, and to the advantage, I being here, took it up. Look, here it is.
Good wench, give it me.
What will you do with it, that you have been so earnest to have me filch it?
Why, what is that to you?
If it be not for some purpose of import, give it me again. Poor lady, she'll run mad when she shall lack it.
Be not ac known on't. I have use for it. Go. Leave me. I will in Cassio's lodgings lose this napkin and let him find it. Trifles light as air are to the jealous confirmation strong as proofs of holy writ. This may do something. The Moor already changes with my poison. Dangerous conceits are in their nature's poisons, which at the first are scarce found to distaste, but with a little act upon the blood burn like the mines of sulphur. I did say so. Oh, look where he comes. Nor poppy nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups of the world shall ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep which thou owedst yesterday.
Iago takes the handkerchief from his wife. She doesn't get to go and have the work taken out. He takes the handkerchief and he says, "I'll do what I want with it. You leave me. I'm fine." And in soliloquy, we hear him say that he's going to get it to Cassio somehow. And then this is going to be like a proof to Othello that Desdemona and Cassio are getting together. And I'll hardly even have to do anything because his imagination will go in the wrong direction. It'll burn like sulfur. It'll once it starts burning, it'll just take off. And here he comes. Here comes in Othello. Now, this pair of lines here, this could be, I've seen it both ways. Either he's saying it to Othello or he's saying it to himself and Othello doesn't hear him. Either way works. He says there's no drug in the world that can help you sleep as well as you did yesterday. Today, the world's different. You have this secret that you're dealing with. Now, if he says that to Othello, it's appropriate because he just was talking to Othello about his wife possibly being a cheater, and now you'll never feel the same. Or he could say to himself, he could say, you know, Mr. Othello, you're never going to have a good day again, because yesterday was the last time you're ever going to be untaunted. I'm going to destroy your life from here on in. Either way works. He does say it. The audience hears it.
False to me.
Why, how now, General? No more of that.
Affront! Begone! Thou hast set me on the rack. I swear 'tis better to be much abused than but to know it a little.
How now, my lord?
What sense had I of her stolen hours of lust? I saw it not, thought it not, it harmed not me. I slept the next night well, fed well, was free and merry. I found not Cassio's kisses on her lips. He that is robbed, not wanting what is stole, let him not know it, and he's not robbed at all.
I'm sorry to hear this.
I had been happy if the general camp, poignards and all, had tasted her sweet body, so I had nothing known. Oh, now forever farewell the tranquil mind, farewell content, farewell the plumage troop and the big wars that make ambition virtue. Oh, farewell. Farewell the neighing steed and the shrill trump, the spirit-stirring drum, the ear-piercing fife, the royal banner and all, quality, pride, pomp, and circumstance of glorious war. And oh, you mortal engines whose rude throats the immortal Jove's dread clamors counterfeit, farewell. Othello's occupation's gone.
Is't possible, my lord?
Villain! Be sure thou prove my love a whore. Be sure of it. Give me the ocular proof. Or by the worth of mine eternal soul, thou hast been better have been born a dog than answer my wet wrath.
Othello has turned a corner here. He comes in and he is in great misery, right? My life is ruined. It's better to know nothing than to know just a little. Right here he says, before this moment, I didn't know. I didn't see anything bad in her. I didn't see Cassio kissing her. I saw her free and merry, you know, being a good girl. He says, the person that's robbed and doesn't know what was stolen doesn't miss what was stolen. Okay? That's kind of what Iago was saying earlier. And now he says, you know, I wish that everyone in the army had been with this woman and I didn't know about it, rather than this possibility that one guy was, and now I do know about it. And then he says, everything is worthless. Everything is destroyed because now my life is ruined. Now, when Iago says, is it possible that your life is ruined? Othello attacks Iago because Iago gave him the information and he wants proof. He's not going to live just in suspicion. When he attacks Iago, he says, you give me the proof. If you can't give me the proof, it'd be better if you were a dog than deal with the wrath that I have for you.
It's come to this.
Make me to see it! Or at the least so prove it that the probation bear no hinge nor loop to hang a doubt on or woe upon thy life.
My noble lord.
If thou dost slander her and torture me, never pray more. Abandon all remorse. On horror's head, horrors accumulate. Do deeds to make heaven weep, all other mazed. For nothing canst thou to damnation add greater than that.
Oh.
He says, if you're slandering her, if you're lying about her and torturing me, you can never pray more. It's like you're damned to hell. Just go. So I need you to prove this or I'm going to destroy you.
Grace, oh, heaven forgive me. Are you a man? Have you a soul or sense? God be with you. Take mine office. Oh, wretched fool that lives to make thine honesty a vice. Oh, monstrous world. Take note, O world. To be direct and honest is not safe. I thank you for this, prophets, and from hence I'll love no friend, sith love breeds such offence.
Now, what he's doing here is he's taking offense at this. He's saying, I am being honest with you, and you're taking offense to me. To live honestly is to be tortured by your friend who you're trying to be honest to. So this is what it is, huh? The world, take note that being direct and honest is not safe, because look at what's happening to me. I'm being direct and honest, and look how this guy's attacking me.
Hey, stay! Thou shouldst be honest.
I should be wise, for honest is a fool and loses that it works for.
By the well, I think my wife be honest and think she is not. I think that thou art just and think thou art not. I'll have some proof. A name that was as fresh as Diane's visage is now begrimed and black as mine own face. If there be cords or knives, poison or fire or suffocating streams, I'll not endure it. Would I were satisfied.
I see, sir, you are eaten up with passion. I do repent me that I put it to you. You would be satisfied.
Would? Nay, I will.
And may. But how? How satisfied, my lord? Would you, the supervisor, grossly gape on? Behold her topped?
Oh, death and damnation, oh!
It were a tedious difficulty, I think, to bring...
Okay. You want proof? Well, how about this? Would you be happy if you walked in on them in the bedroom? Oh, damnation. He says, it seems to me it would be difficult for you to see that.
Bring them to that prospect. Damn them, then. If ever mortal eyes do see them bolster more than their own. What, then? How, then? What shall I say? Where's satisfaction? It is impossible you should see this. Were they as prime as goats, as hearty as monkeys, as salt as wolves in pride, and fools as gross as ignorance made drunk. But yet, I say, if imputation and strong circumstances which lead directly to the door of truth will give you satisfaction, you may have it.
If accusation and circumstantial evidence are enough, if I got some really good circumstantial evidence, you might get the proof you'd need without having to walk in on them in the bedroom.
Give me a living reason she's disloyal.
I do not like the office. But sith I am entered in this cause so far, pricked to it by foolish honesty and love, I will go on. I lay with Cassio lately, and being troubled with a raging tooth, I could not sleep. There are a kind of men so loose of soul that in their sleeps will mutter their affairs. One of this kind is Cassio.
Now, what he's telling about is in the army barracks, we were sleeping, and I had a toothache, so I was awake, and Cassio talks in his sleep. And listen to what he said in his sleep.
In sleep, I heard him say, "Sweet Desdemona, let us be wary, let us hide our loves." And then, sir, would he gripe and wring my hand, cry, "Oh, sweet creature," and then kiss me hard, as if he plucked up kisses by the roots that grew upon my lips, then laid his leg over my thigh and sighed and kissed, and then cried, "Cursed fate that gave thee to the moor."
Oh, monstrous! Monstrous!
Nay, this was but his dream.
But this denoted a foregone conclusion. 'Tis a shrewd doubt, though it be but a dream.
And this may help to thicken other proofs that do demonstrate thinly.
I'll tear her all to pieces!
Nay, but be wise. Yet we see nothing done. She may be honest yet. Tell me about this. Have you not sometimes seen a handkerchief spotted with strawberries in your wife's hand?
I gave her such a one. 'Twas my first gift.
I know not that, but such a handkerchief, I am sure it was your wife's. Did I today see Cassio wipe his beard with?
If it be that.
If it be that, or any that was hers, it speaks against her with the other proofs.
Oh, that the slave had 40,000 lives. One is too poor, too weak for my revenge. Now do I see this true. Look here, Iago. All my fond love thus do I blow to heaven. 'Tis gone. Arise, black vengeance from the hollow hell. Yield up, O love, thy crown and hearty throne to Tirira's hate. Swell, bosom, with thy froth, for 'tis of aspic's tongues.
Yet be content.
Oh, blood, blood, blood!
Patience, I say. Your mind perhaps made shape.
Never, Iago, like to the Pontic sea, whose icy currents and compulsive course ne'er feels retiring air, but keeps due on to the Propontic and the Hellespont. Even so my bloody thoughts with violent pace shall ne'er look back, ne'er ebb to humble love, till that a capable and wide revenge swallow them up. No, by yond marble heaven, in the due reverence of a sacred vow, I here engage my words.
Do not rise yet. Witness, you ever burning lights above, you elements that clip us round about, witness that here Iago doth give up the execution of his wit, hands, heart, to wronged Othello's service. Let him command, and to obey shall be in me remorse. What bloody business ever.
I greet thy love, not with vain thanks, but with acceptance bounteous, and will upon the instant put thee to it. Within these 3 days, let me hear thee say that Cassio's not alive.
My friend is dead. 'Tis done at your request. But let her live.
Damn her, lewd minx! Oh, damn her, damn her! Come, go with me apart. I will withdraw to furnish me with some swift means of death for the fair devil. Now art thou my lieutenant.
I am your own. Forever.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. When Iago asks Othello, is just some good circumstantial evidence enough? Will that help? Othello says, give me some reason. Okay, this sounds bad. Let's start with the sleep talking in his dreams. We hear Iago make up some story about what Cassio says in his sleep and how he grabs at Iago and, acts like he's sleeping with Desdemona. And Othello says, oh, that's horrible, it's monstrous. Yeah, that's just a dream. Yeah, but that's just because it's something that happened already and he's remembering it. Iago says, yeah, that could be. That's reasonable. Othello says, I'll destroy her. Iago says, oh, she might be telling the truth. She might be honest. But, what about the handkerchief? There's another thing. Just circumstantial evidence, but does your wife have a handkerchief with strawberries on it? And here's the handkerchief that he just had. Othello says yes. Iago says, I think Cassio has it. Well, add that with the other proof, and you're starting to build up some real proof here. Othello now says, yep, it's adding up. Him running away when I come by, her wanting to talk about him and be so, be the person that helps him out. Now he's talking in his sleep about her. He has her handkerchief. This is all I need. He needs to be punished. She needs to be punished. Arise, black vengeance from the hollow hell. He's committed. And remember, he said, if I doubt, if I get a feeling, I want to see proof. And as soon as it's proven, as soon as it's 100% complete, that's it. My decision is made, no turning back. There it is. And Othello is screaming, blood, blood, blood. Iago says, no, patience. You might think differently. Othello says, never. Like I told you before, once I decide, I decide. I'll never look back. My anger will never go away. My vengeance will swallow them up. Now he kneels down and he prays to heaven. Incidentally, the Christian heaven. So again, I don't think he's a Muslim. He prays to heaven that his sacred vow is to revenge the situation. And Iago kneels down and he vows with him, I am going to help. I'm giving up all of my wit, all of my desires, just to help Othello with his bloody business, whatever it might be. And Othello says, that's great. You're a super guy. Now, what I need you to do is tell me within 3 days that Cassio is not alive. Now, this is subtle, but within 3 days, I need you to kill Cassio. That's what I'm telling you to do. He never uses the word kill. There's no doubt. That's what he's asking him to do. And now Iago, if he does this, even if it's wrong, even if there's no crime that he's getting vengeance for, he's following the lead of his commander. He can simply say Othello commanded it. From here on out, he's perfectly safe. He can kill the guy now. And Othello goes on to say, you are now my lieutenant. And Iago says, yeah, I'm yours forever. Now, interestingly, remember, he hates Othello, but now he's committed to doing whatever to really helping Othello destroy his own life. That's right where he wants to be. It's a good thing he's a good actor, a good liar. And that ends Act 3.